gentlemen, this is the Stache and Beard Show. I'm Awesome Pistulka. This is Alan Pilley.
What the is up?
That's right, what the is up?
You know
you hey guys, Pilley.
I changed that shit up. I watched all the episodes.
I so wasn't ready.
Sick and fucking tired of the same lead-in, man. Like boring shit. So you know what? Alan, what the is up, Pilley, coming at you live from CT fucking X.
Holy shit.
How do you like that?
I'm hyped all of a sudden. I was like, I was here and you were here and I'm like, all right.
Well, you know, you got me going with the big dad energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want to bring that back up. I wanted to let it go, but we're going to bring it today, motherfucker.
We are full of BDE, big dad energy.
We are not full of it the way that you motherfuckers are thinking about it. You sick fucks.
No, it's
but I know.
Big dad energy, not big daddy energy. Big difference.
I swear to
Massive difference, okay?
Huge.
Huge. Yeah. You know what's not huge? This fucking pine tar, this bullshit. All right, listen. If you take a look at this and you're like, oh, it looks kind of, that mustache looks kind of fucked up. You want to know why it's fucked up? Because I didn't use Lady Juice Beard Balm today.
Aside from it is, and why is it?
Well,
tell the story.
So I was like, you know what? I wanted to try something with a little more high hold. I wanted to try something that could, you know, keep up with everything that's going on with this high energy show. And I was like, man, I think I need some more high hold. And I tried this thing with pine tar in it.
Is high hold real? Like, is it? Did you just make that up, or is it?
I think. Well, I mean, it sounds good.
Yeah, no, it absolutely does.
If it isn't,
I would like to steal it from you and use it on my beard balms.
Absolutely.
And say Lady Juice Beard Balms, that high hold.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
You can definitely use that. I think it's a thing, but now it's really a thing.
It is a thing now.
You're right, but so I tried it out, and it's stuff it's not as high hold as I want it to be in certain ways, and it's too high hold in other ways.
So it sounds like it's failed you twice.
It has failed me twice.
Okay.
Absolutely. Okay. So if you're gonna see me do a lot of this, just fixing my mustache, instead of doing what I normally do, which is just use Lady Juice Beard Balm, which is by far the best beard and mustache product I have ever used.
200% shameless plug right there. But for real reasons. Like,
absolutely.
Clearly, whatever he decided to use is not doing the job.
It really isn't. So I apologize to you.
And I apologize to your mustache. I'm sorry that you're going to have to constantly fix it during our fucking show.
Well, you know, this was on me. This is my punishment for my decision.
Hey, you know, as long as you're owning up to it. I would also like to go and start. We threw a lot of fucks in the beginning of the show to fuck with Jody.
Yes, we did.
You got a lot of fucking editing to fucking do on this fucking show, dude.
That's right. Fuck you, motherfucker.
You know, and it was. We're early. Maybe this
might be the thing.
This might be our time.
Yeah.
You're fucked. You're fucked.
And I can edit all this out.
Yeah. Oh, you better not. You better not take all this out. He's doing a whole cut. Get out of here. He's the man with the power.
While we're
wasn't prepared for that.
Swigs from our swag cups.
Yeah.
This episode of Lady Juice Beard Oil brought to you by
that's not the show.
Crown Royal Black, because fuck you. It's 9 o'clock in the morning and we're doing what the fuck we want.
That's right.
A little shoulder action there, because nothing sexier than a little shoulder action on a bottle of whiskey. And a lady, more so whiskey. If you're into shoulders, like, that's what fucking turns you on. But
I mean,
anyway,
you know me so well.
Get dressed.
I'm a huge shoulder guy.
Get dressed. You slut. But anyway, that's what we got this morning.
That is what we got this morning. We got a lot. We got a lot to talk about this week. I mean, it's the repercussions of Super Bowl week, because last week was Super Bowl week, but we record this ahead of time. We've got a Super Bowl story we got to get to. We're going to talk about our lifts, and then, of course, we got to talk about fucking Dan Bell later on in the show, doing big man things.
This is going to be, what he's doing right now and preparing for is going to be huge.
Yeah.
This is going to be epic.
It is going to be.
We'll get into that, too.
Absolutely incredible. And so, but the first thing we need to talk about is our week of lifting. Now, if you can't tell, we're recording this at a different time than we normally do, as you can tell from our extremely high energy, because the coffee is hitting right now. Or the sugar-free, non-sponsored energy drink.
Red Bull.
Red bullshit, if that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Red Bull, if you want to sponsor us, hit us up at awesomepistulka.com.
That's right. But the
How epic would it be if Red Bull hit us up and said, "Motherfucker, I want to sponsor you"?
oh,
You
that
know?
would be
Like, would we have to do some epic Red Bull shit?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That seems
Red
like
Bull and Crown. I don't know. I have to run that by Chad. Hey Chad? You know, I know this is live. You don't see us yet.
Yeah.
Red Bull and Crown, is that allowed?
Leave
Let
it in
us
the
know.
comments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave us a comment.
Red Bull and
Not Barbara Jimenez,
fuck you, Barbara.
right?
I'm looking at you,
You
Barbara.
know, you know who you are, Barbara.
Yeah.
We know who you are, Barbara.
We know who you are.
But yeah, Red Bull and Crown, is that a thing? Red Bull and Hennessy.
I'm not a Hennessy guy.
So
I'm gonna throw it out there.
I love it. I say love it. I drink it. I used to drink the shit out of it when I was younger. I'm fucking tired of it. Like
Really?
it's one of those things. Like I drank it for so long, and I'll still enjoy it with certain concoctions. But Red Bull and Hennessy is not good. And I found this out on a New Year's Eve party. We went over to Spats. We're at the bar, and Spats is a shithole anyway.
Yeah.
And the dude was like, "Hey, bro, Hennessy and Red Bull." I'm like, "No, I'm not about it. I just want my Hennessy and Diet Pepsi."
Yeah.
And the dude ended up pushing it on me. I was like, "Fine, man." So the chicks at the bar and the bartender like, "Oh, no, go for it." And so I drink, and this motherfucker just turns up the Hennessy, sprinkle of Red Bull, and I'm looking at it. I'm just like, I'm not gonna like that. I know I'm not gonna like it. Take
Right.
it back. And he's like, "No, go fucking drink it, pussy." And I'm like, "All right, like."
Well, if you're gonna come at me
Can't
like
not
that,
now. So I leave and I take a sip and I'm like, "No." So I go back. I'm like, "Dude, fuck this." And he's like, "Fine, you little pussy, a little more Red Bull." And I'm like, No, just like not all the Hennessy. Like get the fucking Hennessy out. So he puts a little more Red Bull in my Hennessy, and shittiest, just shitty.
Yeah.
Like, so I ended up, I had to withstand being called a pussy by the bartender and just get my normal drink. It was just the flavors. Red Bull's not for everything.
no.
So I
but
don't know.
it does
Red Bull
give
and
you
whiskey.
wings if they decide to sponsor us. If not, then then it doesn't do shit.
Imagine you and I at the table, cherub wings, sponsored by Red Bull. Huh?
can
Red Bull?
see it now.
Huh? What do you think?
That's right.
Sponsor us. AustinPistulka.com. Shameless plug.
Ching.
Yeah, I ain't doing that because I got shitty pointer fingers, like gun fingers.
How do you have shitty
Well,
pointer
no, like
fingers?
last time, you remember when I was like, pew, pew, like, it came out really weird. Like,
It's all about a strong
yeah, I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe my animations were just off that day. Like, just came out. Like, they weren't even real gun sounds. Like, they were like, cling, cling. Like,
So, like Jody just mentioned, he's got an extra day of editing because we're recording this on Saturday, so we haven't squatted yet.
no,
but
we're actually polling tomorrow.
shit.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to Sunday, whatever day, tomorrow apparently. So tomorrow we're polling. Are we just pulling straight weight? What are we
No,
doing?
we got, it's going to be against bands off of essentially a pin 3, so probably about 6 inches off the floor. Should put you about mid-shin.
So it's even more.
It's going to absolutely suck tomorrow.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Working all lockout.
Yeah. Or lack thereof for those of us who have a fucking shitty lockout. No, it should be a good time.
Yeah.
I think like 3 sets tops. We're out. We start by 10. We're done by 10:45.
Yeah, seems easy enough to me.
Yeah.
So we get to
great fucking day.
So we got that to look forward to.
Yeah.
Wednesday night, bench press night.
We benched Wednesday night.
What did you do?
So we dialed it back a little bit. I say dialed back. We decided to go to a higher board and finally got 865 for a dub.
Yeah.
A true dub. Like they let me take it and get it down there, and we called it early just to say, hey, let's leave some in the tank. But it was a good night yet again.
Yeah.
But that was our deload. Now we'll go heavier next week.
Deload 865.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself. Are you kidding me? This is my deload of just, bench pressing more than I squat and deadlift combined.
Close.
Sorry.
Because you squat and pull 5. So
But,
that's 1,000. We're not yet benching 1,000.
Okay, all right.
Officially.
Officially.
Yeah,
Unofficially?
That's the plan. Well, you remember the reverse
Yeah,
band. Yeah. Me and Dale and Chad are working on slowly getting a grand down to a 1 board. We'll see. That shirt has the capability to do so.
I was going to say, is it the shirt do you feel that this is the shirt that'll do it?
Yes, but I don't know if you ever heard this story before. So Danny has this red or maroon overkill shirt. I call it the 900-pound shirt. And this fucking shirt, man. I loved watching Danny in it. Danny let me borrow it, and I look at him one day on the first time using it, and I'm like, dude, this is the 900-pound shirt. So that's what I called it. It was 900-pound shirt. I didn't have a 900-pound body. And what I mean by that, holding 9 was like fucking heavy.
Yeah.
It didn't matter what the shirt could do. It's like my body. So I laugh when people are like, oh, it's the shirt. Motherfucker, if you can't hold 9. So we get 9 out there. I'm like, Jesus, this is so heavy. So this is, me and Dale call this my 1,000-pound shirt.
Yeah.
And for a couple reasons. I think it has the capability to do it. And it's going to take 1,000 pounds to touch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where we're slowly pushing these weights, is to get my body acclimated to holding a grand. And I think this is the 1,000-pound shirt, and I think I'm right there on having the 1,000-pound body.
Okay.
For the shirt. So
very nice.
Putting all 2/3 things together, I think this is the shirt. Now, which meat we do it in, who knows? You know, you got to talk sweet to the shirt. You can't rush the shirt.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, you gotta
wine and dine and first date and. You know,
it's a 3-date minimum.
3-date, you got to go down. You know what I'm saying? You got to foreplay. You know, you got to make an investment into it. You know, Absolutely. So I'm doing it. I'm taking care of her.
Good,
you know?
good.
It's gonna be the 1,000-pound shirt. So
as for me, I'm raw dogging it on Wednesday nights. So
good playing, foreplay and raw dogging.
That's right.
You just skip foreplay. You're just take it.
Oh, the family's growing.
I swear.
So Wednesday night for me was chains, 60 pounds of chains for 3-rep max, and I really surprised myself, honestly, because we ended up using. I think we used a squat bar. Yeah. It was like a 60-pound bar.
Because we were out of straight bars, and it was a 60-pound, our Mastodon squat bar.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And we slapped a plate on, went for it, and then we slapped 2 plates on, and Sin did the math, and 2 plates was 302 at the top. Yeah. And so we were like, oh, we're moving very quickly here. Yeah. Because we just didn't even think about it. Ended up working to 365 for 3 reps, like a real 3 reps.
That's good shit. I didn't even know that.
Which means that my lockout isn't my problem on my bench press. It's from chest to mid range is where I need to work on. That's how that would work, right? Because at the top it would be the heaviest.
Top is at the heaviest, yeah. But that's the idea behind that movement, is to work the lockout. So your lockout could absolutely be your weak point. We'd have to take a look at where you start to fail, because you'll see some people when they go to drive it off the chest, we get it there and we get up about, well, if it's anywhere they say from chest to about quarter of the way up and we just start to die, they say that's more chest strength. Okay. If I can get that from quarter to half and quarter to 3/4 and I start dying out there, probably about quarter to half. That's more a mix of chest and tricep. If I'm past that halfway and I just start to die here, they normally say lockout, triceps. Okay. So it just depends on where you fail. But that's the idea on that, is we're overloading at the very top there. So it's you got 365 plus, at the very top there.
Right.
What's the total weight? It's lighter off your chest. We're blowing off of that.
Right.
And then locking out is where we take the full amount of the weight. So hearing that, good job on overloading it and getting all 3 reps.
Yeah.
But based on your past lifts, your triceps are generally your weak point. Yeah. So that's working there.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, if I can get off my chest to halfway point, chest strength is not generally my weak spot.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's getting at the transition point from half to full, which generally starts at taking triceps generally.
Gotcha.
Now we start going into technique. What are you doing with your lats and your packing and your breathing and where your elbows? So could it be a technique thing for newer lifters as well? That's the other thing.
Yeah.
We can get so into weaknesses, but it's also technique. So.
I started to cramp so bad right in the middle of my back, in between my shoulder blades.
Love hearing that.
Like I was I was here, and it took everything in me to transition, because it's not loose in my back, but to finish, there is a point where there's a transition, and I could just I was cramping right there in the middle of my back.
It may sound weird to some people. They're like, why is he saying, hey, good job on your back cramping? Because you're keeping everything retracted back. The way I kind of cue it, your lats in your side pockets, your scaps in your back pockets. Yeah. I'm thinking all of that down there. And when you go to push and use your back and use your lats to help drive the bench press, and they cramp, good job. You're using them. Yeah. Seth put out a good video at Activated Performance. Look them up too. Seth and Amiana, great people. He just put a post out about the lats involvement in the bench press. Good video to go check out. But he was kind of talking in the way of like, using your lats to help keep your elbows in when we go to flare. And if they go to flare too early, what's your lat strength, or do you know how to use your lats? So once again, come back to technique.
Right.
You may have the strength in them. You just don't know what lats mean.
Sure.
Tuck. That may mean shit to you.
Yeah.
So once you learn that and we have the strength, it's like all of a sudden you just see your lift kind of go. And then absolutely it could just be strength. You may, hey, motherfucker, I'm cranking them in. I feel them.
Yeah.
They are about to cramp and tear. I know what you're saying. I just have no strength. So, we got to take a look at that when it comes to the lifter. But good on you feeling your back and using it and getting in there and staying tight through the whole movement.
And then the other thing throughout the week, I have been so ungodly sore in my hamstrings because so I don't know. Listen, Alan is a fantastic coach and he writes really well, but for about 2 weeks he didn't write me any leg days other than Sunday squat day.
But it was the way your schedule fit. So the way your schedule was, I had to take care of you for bench night, and then you told me, I'll be in Friday. I'm like, he's coming in Friday, but then we're pulling or squatting, so I was like, okay, speed upper or shoulder day. So it was just the way your schedule fell. So complain to your bosses.
All I'm saying is that I'm really sore right now, thanks to a bodybuilding leg workout that absolutely wrecked my hamstring.
Which I have. Here, let's pull this up, because when we were going through...
Oh, no. Are we going to talk about how my block pulls were...
Yeah, but that's... Well, I love hearing this.
It's in our... it's not in WhatsApp.
It's not?
No.
Where you were like, I felt all that in my low back. Yep. I'm like, it's supposed to be like lats, glutes, hamstrings. No. So none of the muscles that I'm feeling right now.
Yeah.
And so now hearing that, that's good. Like hearing that your hamstrings actually were hit and your low back was actually not... that bad, the way that you first said it, because when I program block pulls are for lockouts and posterior and stuff like that. It shouldn't be low back, and if we do feel a lot of low back, a lot of pain, especially pain, then we did something wrong, and I wrote you that.
Right.
So then I wrote you the muscles that we should have hit, and you're like, so none of them, and I was like, no, that's bad. So hearing that we actually did hit your hamstrings with everything else, and that your low back wasn't such an issue, that's good.
Yeah, my low back was definitely pumped.
I'll take a pump.
Yeah,
that's the other thing. People are like, good mornings and deadlifts, and they're like, I don't feel it. We don't want pain.
Right.
Your low back is going to be involved. It just is. It's part of the chain, that whole posterior chain. But to get done with a deadlift session, man, I feel it all in my low back. That's great. No, man, that's bad. We should feel the hammies load. We should feel the glutes at the top. We should feel the lats. We should feel mid-back, traps, grip. It's deadlift is your whole body, just like I preach the bench as well. But to walk away from, say, a bench press, I'm like, oh man, my low back is pumped. We got to work on something there. We should feel, not just low back and definitely not be in pain. So, yeah, when you first wrote me that, I'm like, oh man, we f***ed up, especially when I was like, hey, we need to hit this, this, and this. Oh, none of that. Super. So, tear that your hammies are sore. That's a takeaway. Good takeaway.
Good deal. We got to take a break real quick because we've been talking for a long time. But I have a story that I read earlier this week about a guy who somehow showered with the Super Bowl winning Steelers back in the day. It's a weird story, but we'll get into it coming up on Wednesday if it's YouTube. Up next if you're listening to the podcast. This is the Stache and Beard Show. We'll see you then.
Peace out, motherfuckers.